Thank you, Jim. Car manufacturers these days recommending longer periods between your oil changes.
But is that really a good idea? How many miles do you go before you get the oil change? Our Monday morning mechanic David Rogers from Keller Brothers joining us live with the answer. David, we've all been debating. How many miles do you go between oil changes? 3,000, 5,000, 6,000? Give us the answer.
Hey, hi Chris, how are you doing? Hi Kelly.
Hi.
Hey, here's the thing. The manufacturers are looking for more and more ways, as are the dealers, to find ways to sell cars to people. And one of the ways that they're doing that is by trying to convince people how much less expensive a car is to maintain today. They're suggesting things like 7,500 miles. They're suggesting things like 5,000 miles. I'm here to tell you those are all a bad idea. It's my professional opinion and that of most technicians that I speak to that don't have an interest there, that you should stick to the 3,000 mile interval, even if you're using a synthetic oil. And let me help you understand. The synthetics are where they're saying, hey, 5,000, 7,500, no problem. The reason for that is a synthetic oil doesn't break down as quickly in heat or in cold as normal oil. But let me explain what synthetic oil does. It cleans the inside of the engine, and then it suspends the dirt and the sediment and everything. It cleans off the side of the engine, the sludge. It suspends it right in the fluid. So basically, let me show you what we got here. I have some oil. This is some new oil, and I'm just going to give you a little example. I got a little drain pan here. I'm going to pour it out of the filter. This is new oil, and that's the way oil should look. You can kind of see the nice golden color and the nice, almost like honey or maple syrup. And then what we have here is some oil from a regular oil change, and this is just a normal 3,000 mile interval that I'm going to pour out of here, and I want you to see the difference. Now that's what your oil looks like after it's been in there for about 3,000. You can tell it's waterier, it's not as thick, it's not protecting your engine the way that the other oil was. Now here's some oil. This vehicle hadn't had an oil change for 5,500 miles. This vehicle was about 90,000 miles old, and it had to have a new engine. $5,000 this oil change cost them to try to go 5,000 miles. Now here's the oil. Oh, nice. Isn't that helpful? I don't think that's lubricating anything. In fact, I think that might be sludging things up and causing more problems than it is helping. And it's taking all that sludge and that sediment and putting it through the filter and on all the little nooks and crannies and creating a nasty mess. That motor had to be replaced. Folks, let me tell you, first things first. Use the oil that's best for your car. If you've got a really high mileage car and you don't want to spend the money for, a full synthetic oil, I always recommend synthetic. But there's a good high mileage product out there that you can use. This particular oil is made for cars that have 75,000 miles or more. It helps keep the seals good. This is my favorite oil. I use synthetic oil in my own vehicles. I use it in everything. And I also, if you have a diesel, recommend that you look at this Tection Extra because it's designed especially for them. Last thing I'm going to say, oil filters are really important. The kind you use matters. Do not buy some cheap, no-name brand that none of us have